Well, kind of a busy night here, huh? You heard Congresswoman Nancy Mace talking about how President Biden probably sold out our country to a foreign adversary. President Trump is now learning that he's the direct target of an investigation could lead to an indictment. Things are going nuts. Let's wade through it with Kurt Schlichter. He's a senior columnist at Town Hall. This'll solve the problem or just exacerbate it. Kurt, thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm not the solution to any problem. I'm guest star Val Kilmer in this situation.
Can we start with Joe Biden? You know, you didn't see the segment. I don't think you weren't plugged in on our feed here. But I asked Congresswoman Mace, you know, if the allegation is that Joe Biden got millions of dollars for changing foreign policy when he was vice president. Vice presidents don't change policy. It's the president, isn't it? Doesn't this drag Barack Obama into this investigation?
Well, either that or he's got the stupidest co-conspirators in the world. Hey, let's bribe the guy with the job that's not worth a warm bucket of spit. Good plan. Way to go.
Yeah. But at this point, I mean, you're even seeing some wishy-washy congressmen and congresswomen saying, yeah, this is wrong. I mean, we're actually getting something finally 3 years into this disaster of a presidency.
Well, yeah, but the important thing is Donald Trump also had boxes of classified material maybe in his house like Hillary Clinton and Biden did. But we better indict Trump.
Right.
For reasons and because.
I want to get your reaction to the Trump story in a minute, but your column today says, who do the Dems replace Biden with, which suggests he's probably not going to make it to the convention next year. But why are they replacing him, do you think? Because of his health, because of his lack of mental capacity, or because he's going to be, you know, impeached?
Well, look, the only reason they would replace him is if the machinations of fate determined that he was going to pop smoke and exit the stage. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say actuarially, short the guy. All right, he's clearly not in the best of health. He's extremely crusty. He's already senile. Now, the senile part doesn't disqualify him. We got Dianne Feinstein. We got Ogre Fetterman. Those two, demonstrate that you really, as a Democrat leader, you only need to be an avatar of a human being, an empty husk that they can pour in communism. So as long as there are weekends in Bernieing this guy all over the map, well, at least from D.C. to Delaware, he's going to stay president. I mean, you don't want very real Dr. Jill to not have a gig.
Hold on a minute. This occurs to me. Maybe what they'll do is bounce Kamala Harris from the ticket, and we're actually looking at Biden-Fetterman. It's a no-brainer.
Oh, I get it. It's funny because they're both mental defective.
All right, maybe not.
I mean, look, he's not going anywhere unless he, breaks a hip or something.
Well, or if he becomes I mean, I really do believe he could become a political liability for these people because the guy's dirty. His family is dirty. There's a money trail now, and I actually think the Republicans in the House are on the trail. If they decide to replace him, the convention's in Chicago, Kurt. This has got Obama written all over it, the wife, Michelle.
Oh, I don't think she actually wants to do any kind of work.
That's fair.
She kind of enjoys, her present life. But look at this. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to search that expansive brain pan of yours. What is the name of the single Democrat who would not vote for Joe Biden because he's a senile, corrupt old pervert? What's the name of the one who'd go, no, I won't do that? I'll wait.
I mean, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Okay.
I got
Who's
one.
the other one?
All right. Well, you asked for one.
I can't. I'll put it this way. There are two things I do not take from the Kennedy family. I don't take political advice, and I don't take rides home.
Oh. See, that's funny because Ted Kennedy was a murderer.
Killed a chick.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to Donald Trump's troubles. Listen, first of all, I think President Trump
never killed anybody, by the way.
No. Although they'll probably try to pin something like that on him too. President Trump said today, listen, if I weren't running for president again, if I weren't the front runner in the party, if I weren't a threat to the Democrats, they would never be prosecuting me for this. I think he's right.
Oh, I don't know. I think they probably would. I think they want their vengeance. But it doesn't matter. Look, it's a fraud and a scam. It's a giant sham. All of it is a lie. And it's unbelievably destructive to America's institutions. But Larry, think about it. We're free. We're free from the institutional delusion. The scales on our eyes have fallen away. We now see the corruption that is. So that when we take power again, and we will, we can destroy the entire deep state, dismantle the FBI, clean out the DOJ. And that's just the start, because that old sissy Republican institutionalism, the kind you see from Mike Pence or Nikki Haley. Nikki.
Or don't forget Chris Christie.
Oh,
the man who literally recommended Christopher Wray for the job.
Well, the only recommendation I take from Chris Christie is a food truck.
Oh, see, look, that's funny because
he's tremendously fat.
Really enormously obese. Yeah.
No, look, we're free now to make change. We are not stuck in this conservative mode where we're supposed to be static. We can actually turn, like Reagan turned around containment. He was into rollback. Dude, we're in rollback time. Thank you, Democrats, for doing exactly what we always thought you'd do.
I think what you're getting at here is, as we move forward, the first debate for the Republicans is coming up sooner than you think, actually 2 months from now in Milwaukee. As we begin the debates and we head toward the Iowa caucus, the discussion for most Republican voters is not whether we should dismantle the deep state, whether we should re-examine the FBI and the Justice Department and strip it of its power and turn it inside out because of how corrupt it is. It's not whether we should do that. It's who's the best man or woman to get it done.
Well, that's true. And we have a lot of people running who actually show no interest. Whatever the hell the guy's name from East Dakota that's running.
John
he's
Burgum.
Like, we're going to get back to tax cuts for corporations and other important things.
Just where accuracy, it's actually North Dakota. I don't believe there is an East Dakota. I think that's
Might as well be.
That's Minnesota.
Dude, do you care?
No.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, Dakotas aren't on a scale of 1 to 10 for me.
It's not even the better Dakota. South Dakota is the better one.
Perfectly nice state.
Yeah.
Perfectly nice state if you're a freaking Eskimo. Anyway, look, you got, Mike Pence wants to take us back to the cutting edge of 2005. Nikki Haley's busy shilling for Boeing and Disney. We have two guys up there who really want to do damage. Trump wants to do damage. Whether he can get elected is one question. Whether he's capable of doing damage, because he certainly did last time, is another. Ron DeSantis will be Godzilla going through Tokyo. But then you got guys like Tim Scott, who's a perfectly nice dude. I'd like him as a next door neighbor. I could go borrow coffee from him. He wouldn't complain, even if I did it every single day. He's a nice guy. We don't need nice guys. We need people who want to loot and pillage like the Vikings on the coast of England in the Dark Ages.
We got to leave it there. Kurt Schlichter, senior columnist at Town Hall, author of many books. And by the way, despite what he just said about North Dakota, I have it on good authority that he will be doing a full half-hour segment on the Morning Drive show in Fargo, North Dakota, with the Rowdy Rockin' Crew tomorrow morning. Is that right?
Oh, Gibo and the other guy.
Those guys, yeah. Thank you, Kurt, for joining us. There's more to come on O'Connor Tonight.